Hello everyone, my name is Madeline Pinkerton and I am the author and illustrator of A Dragon Story. This is my first ever picture book and I'm really excited to share it with you all. I thought that it would be nice if I told you a little bit about myself and the story first, and then we can do a dragon draw-along at the end. I grew up in a place called Forres, which is near Inverness, way up north in Scotland. I have always really liked drawing, particularly drawing dragons. And I also really liked telling stories, a little bit like Pip, the girl in this book. You can see a little picture of Pip here. I had to go through a lot of different drawings before I came up with a design for Pip that I was happy with. But sometimes I think you need to practice lots before you get to the good drawings at the end. And these are some of the characters I did first. So this was looking at different colours and different expressions and faces for her. This is another one in a slightly different style here. And then I did Tumeric's parents. This was practicing drawing all of their different expressions. So his dad is a little bit of a worried character and his mum can be a bit fiery. This story is about Tumeric, who loves listening to stories about dragons. The only trouble is his dad says that they always end badly. And Pip loves telling stories about dragons. The only problem is they always get her into trouble. So this book is about Tumeric and Pip and what happens when they meet. If you are interested in finding out what happens next, you can find this book along with lots of other wonderful stories on Edinburgh International Book Festival's online bookshop. And now we are going to do the dragon draw-along. Okay, so now we're going to draw our dragon. You're going to need a few things. You're going to need a thick piece of card or paper, and you're going to need some paint. I'm using two colours, yellow and red, because I'm drawing Tumeric the Dragon. I think watercolour paint would work best. I've got some crayons and two paintbrushes, so a big paintbrush and a little one. Okay, so to begin our dragon, we're going to start with the body and we're going to do a big swish. We're going to make one end a little bit thinner and the other one a little bit fatter. So the top of his tail is going to be up here and then going down into his tummy and his neck on the wider end down here. His head is kind of oblong shaped and we're just going to come up here like this and come over the top for the top of his head here with a little nostril at the end. And the funny thing about Tumeric the Dragon is that his bottom jaw is a bit bigger than the top jaw. So it sticks out a little bit in front like this. And we're just going to colour everything in for the moment. And we'll do his smile and his mouth later on. Okay, so now to do the hands. He has got quite small arms and legs. I'm just going to come out like this here. And his fingers or his claws are like little zigzags or little triangles almost. And they're going to come out a little bit like he's waving at you. They're just sticking out the side of his hand here. Okay, we're going to do his back leg now. I think I'm going to put it around about here. And his toes look very similar to his fingers. So they're the same little zigzag or triangle shapes sticking out the back. Okay, so now we're going to get the other colour of paint. I'm using the red paint. You can use any colour you've chosen, and we're going to do it for the wings, his spines and his ears. So for his wing, it kind of comes in line with his shoulder and his arm here. Don't worry about any little smudges that you have, because Tumeric is quite a messy dragon and doesn't mind a bit of smudging on the page. So we kind of sweep up like this, a long curve. His wing's going to be outstretched because he's flying high in the sky. And his wings look a little bit like bat wings. He's going to have 3 lines. And we come down in a big sweep like that. And the other one comes from the top point in the middle. So you've got 3 lines curving down from his spike. And then we just join them together with some sweeps along the bottom like this. Coming all the way back into his shoulder. And we're just going to fill it all in red. And then it's time for his ears. So he is very excited and happy in this picture. So his ears are sticking straight up in the sky. Beginning with 2 little strokes. And they look very similar to his wings. So we've got the 3 little spikes, or the 3 little lines coming off the top point, flying out backwards. We're looping them together, filling them all in red. And this ear is going to be sticking out in the same direction as the other one because it's being blown by the wind a little bit. They're both facing in the direction that he's flying. And then we'll just begin on the spines. So I like to start them quite small. They're like little triangles. And then as we get closer to his tummy, the triangles, his spikes, start to become a bit bigger. They go all the way up his back. Now you need to make sure that your paint is quite dry for this point, because we're going to be doing red on top of the yellow. But Tumeric also has 3 spines going around his face, a bit like cat's whiskers, very spiky cat's whiskers. Then we're going to come in with our black pencil for the details. We're going to begin with his mouth, and he has got a very big smile because he's very happy in this picture. And it's going to curve along this line like this. So we're in line with the bottom of his jaw sticking out in front. I'm going to sweep along up here. And then his eye is going to come just in line with the top of his mouth here. We'll start with a little dot. And we'll do his eyebrow. And you can just see the top of his cheek, which makes him look extra happy if you do the little curve underneath there. Okay, we'll do a little bit of detail on his nostril. So I'm going to go in with the red pencil first. My one's pretty small because I've used it so much drawing all his scales. We're doing 2 nostrils, and then I'll go in over them with black in the middle. I'm going to draw the lines on his ears. Remember those 3 lines that we did coming down from the point? I'm just going to go over them in black. And the same for his wings as well. So sweeping all the way up to the top. And a little bit on his spines. And his arms. This is my favourite part. So we get to do his scales now. And his scales are just little circles. I'm using my orange pencil for this part. You can do some bigger and some smaller than the other, but leave space around his nose for his teeth. And I also like to use another colour or some crayons to do some of the scales, so we get some darker ones and some lighter ones. He has orange hands and feet. And then we've just got his teeth left to do. So you can either use little white triangles that you've cut out of paper, or if you have it, a white pen or crayon will work really well as well. He's got 2 big teeth at the front and 3 little ones at the back. And I'll just add a little bit of white in his eye. We're going to do some black scales on his wings, just little spots going down like this. And after that, we are finished. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you would like to share your dragon drawings with me, I would really love to see them. You can use the hashtag #adragonstory and share them to Instagram. And now I'm going to say goodbye. Bye.